People, make sure that you go ahead and check out the B-LINE Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for, everything to promote the show. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go! People, check it out. Are you looking for that extra boost of energy that you need to get through your day, to get things done? Well, check it out. Grab you a can of Dubby. Make sure you take it in and you get the energy of me, Brian B., proud sponsor of the B-LINE Entertainment, LLC. That's right. Get you a can today. Use that promo code BLINENRG at checkout. Let's go. People, check it out. What's good? What's happening? What's up? Yo, it's me, Brian B, and we back at it. Listen, it's another Tuesday night, the B-LINE Web Show. And of course, I got some issues going on with my equipment over here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna try to fix it in a minute here. But this is the B-LINE Web Show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight. If you saw, we got some new sponsors. Definitely excited about that. Definitely check out Dubby. Listen, we got a great show for you tonight. We're doing a new edition of the B-LINE News. And we got some really interesting stories to talk about tonight. So a little bit more of a serious night, but we're still going to have some fun. I am not alone. I got a guest with me. This is the B-LINE Web Show. Let's go! Let me check that out. There's one person that liked you. These are conversations that I've definitely thought out for a second. And you were talking to the damn bounties, and every time you
man.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, man.
Playboy?
Yeah, thank you, bro. That's a big difference. That's awesome, though.
Like so many different things that it's nothing like wrestling. I want the
Raiders.
Yeah, come on, Rigo.
Yo, he wants to go back to
What an interesting night. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure that you head on over to YouTube and you like and you share and you subscribe to the channel. We definitely got a lot of content on that channel. All the episodes of the B-LINE ENT LLC, including, listen, tomorrow night we back at it with Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. Of course, we have three main topics we're going to be talking about. You saw Raw. Very interesting. We got a lot to talk about. So be a part of the STR Nation, baby, and join us in that conversation tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the B-LINE ENT LLC. And then, of course, listen, this is going to be a really fun one. This is a first-timer for the B-LINE Entertainment Show on Thursday nights. Me and my partner, Cal, Eric, we going to be on talking about the greatest cartoon of all time. How are we going to find that out? That is, we have 50 cartoons that we are going to be talking about. They're going to be going head to head with each other. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 100 cartoons, 50 battles that we're going to be talking about. They're going to be going head to head with each other, and we're going to get down to the bottom of who is the greatest cartoon of all. It's going to take a little time, may take a couple episodes, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Join in on Thursday night, this Thursday night, 9 o'clock p.m. We're going to start that over there. But listen, I ain't alone. I ain't going to keep him in the back room anymore. He's with me. He's going to be on me on that show. He's been with me for all the NT shows, a bunch of the web shows, a lot of different stuff. It's my man, Kyle. Eric! What up, Kyle?
How's it going?
Going all right, man. I hope that everybody's not hearing too much feedback. I do apologize. I'm having a bit of an issue. I'm going to get my son down here in a minute. We're going to work it out or whatever. But listen, thank you guys.
Over here.
You hear it okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I hope everything is sounding good. But Kyle, man, it's Tuesday night, bro. Back in business.
Yep.
How's everything going for you?
Everything. You know what? Today's been a pretty low-key day. I just got finished watching Lanterns.
It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
It's good. I know we'll talk about it. At some point.
Oh yeah.
You know, probably like next Thursday, because this Thursday is going to take up a lot of,
Man, yeah, we got to get prepared, bro. It's definitely going to be a lot. I mean, but I'm super looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we definitely going to enjoy that. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on tonight, man. I mean, it's going to be an interesting show tonight.
Yeah.
Definitely some topics that I've been wanting to kind of talk about, touch basis on. If you guys have missed the cues here, this is some of the events that we're going to be talking about on tonight's show. So hopefully you guys please join in the comments and let us know how you feel about these events. I know there's plenty of people out there that's got plenty of feelings about it, but this can be a place where you kind of vent your feels. But all right, Kyle. So we're gonna kind of just jump into it tonight. I wanted to kind of kick the show off with I know, we touch bases on a lot of topics and stuff that be going on. We talk
Oh yeah.
anything from aliens,
Yep.
AI,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So we
Yep.
always talking some shit, yo. What have you been noticing when you've been paying attention to what's going on in the world recently?
To be honest, it's depressing, but you gotta know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is you don't always know, especially with as much information as we have now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, or at least that we think we do. And I say that with like all the only because the internet is so vast that you have to really vet your information, and you had to back
Very
then
true.
too. You had to
Yeah.
you had to back then too. Like it took more than like my family used to get at me for not watching the news or not reading the newspaper, and I'd be like, well, because no matter what you do, there's going to be bias in some way, shape, or form, and honestly, I hate that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I mean, and when you say bias, I mean it's bias whether it's bias whether it's just them trying to worry about numbers and ratings and different.
Numbers, ratings, left, right. I hate
Yeah.
that terminology. The
So do
hard
I,
left or
man.
the hard. Yo, stop with the division. Just tell me what's going on,
Yeah,
please.
but that's the
You
whole
know?
purpose, though, man. Everybody's got to feel like they're a part of something. Everybody got to feel like they're a part of the side, and that's usually the reason why I feel we don't really get a lot of actual news. We're just getting propaganda. We're
So
getting,
much does not get,
yeah,
and a lot of good stuff doesn't even get reported on too. You know what I mean?
that's true.
They're
That's very true.
it's they're very like speaking of bias and speaking of ratings, like that's how I felt when I I took a news course back in broadcasting school. And
Okay,
I took a news course in our last our exam, our final exam. We had to put together a news report.
okay,
Right? We had to actually put together an hour-long news report, come up with the title for it, the concepts, everything, and we had to pick and choose which each one of us had to report on something, come up with an actual like interview people,
yeah,
and come up with a who was gonna make the cut. Mine was late, so I didn't make the cut, so I got points knocked off, but they liked it anyway. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it showed me the process of how they're picking the news,
Like
because it also,
stories and stuff to
yeah,
tell.
how they're
Yeah,
picking this, which stories they're going to tell. Not to mention, depending on who runs the station, that
yep, that's right.
also takes present. Like that also determines what kind of news you're going to be listening to or watching, and where that's going to be, going. And honestly, I can't stand that. I understand
Yeah.
why having the news is necessary and all that, and all that stuff, but I can't stand the bias around it. You know?
Well, that's why I'm glad you guys come to watch the B-Line news because, listen, over here, we're going to tell you about, different things that are going on, but we're not trying to sell you anything. We ain't trying to pick a side on any topic, really. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to tell you how we feel about what we think. And ain't nobody getting, paid under the table over here to slide the information that's wanted to be given, all that stuff, whatever. But, all right, bro. So one of the first things that I wanted to talk about tonight was
Mhm.
interesting story, man. And it's funny how things kind of blow up. Now, Kyle, we've talked before about these content creators who go around and they run around into the different stores or wherever it is, man. They go
Yeah.
around and they're involved in everything. They're doing pranks. They're even if they're doing pranks and they're doing certain things where they're asking people, hey, read a Bible verse and I'll give you $20 and blah blah blah, this and that.
Mhm.
recently you had in the stories and news that there was a guy who actually got banned
Yep.
from Walmart
Mm-hmm.
for doing these type of things or whatever. And it kind of like it kind of caused division or different thoughts or different opinions between people.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to talk about that. You know what I'm talking about? What's his name? Damien, something like Dame Dash, Rockefeller.
Not Dame Dash, right? But yeah, what I heard was like, dude was going around and he was, I was hearing stuff like he was helping people pay for their food and
Yeah.
pay for their stuff. And next thing you know, he got banned. I don't know all the details, but he got banned from Walmart's across the board. Like and Walmart's a huge, like a huge franchise, a huge company.
Yeah, it's like one of the only ones and shit. So it's like for you to get, banned from there is crazy. But all right, so his name is Damon Darling. And listen, yo, this guy, I've been watching this guy for a long time, like, not as like a fan or anything like that or whatever, but he's just one of the ones. I mean, there's like a
just a
circle
casual
of them.
observer.
Yeah, especially on if you watch a lot of TikTok and stuff like that, you see this guy. There's a group of guys that go around and they're like, in Home Depot and they're carrying pieces of wood on their shoulder and then turning around and it's hitting somebody in the head. And bro, listen to me, yo. Y'all know, so I've talked about this shit a lot of times. Like, one of the things I feel that I don't like when it comes to this bullshit, like, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to fucking with people, bothering people, I don't care if it's good intention or not. Like, I feel like it's disrespectful, bro. Like, a lot of times you're interfering in people's lives for your own benefit, for your own purpose. Like, at the end of the day, if you want to pay for all my shit, like, yeah, well, thank you. Like, at least you're paying for my time that you fucking, you wasting right now, whatever.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people when they heard this coming out, this is another thing I hate, bro. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Like, we're gonna talk about some stuff, but I hate this. For some reason, like, black people, our people, every time you see something, go into play or action is being taken for a certain situation, like, you get the motherfuckers that immediately have to fucking point the finger to the other side. Like, listen, I get it that there is another side. Like, I completely get it. But part of being like accountable of your actions and stuff like that is also just kind of more trying to pay attention to what you doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, having just a little bit more like insight in your own personal, like, self-awareness and shit, instead of always like, well, they're doing it over there. Like, that's some kiddie shit. Like, and it's easier, circumstantial with certain situations. But for this one, I saw people were like, oh, but what about when Mr. Beast was doing it and this and that? And like I said, bro, there's a bunch of people that has been doing stuff like this, going into stores and fucking with people and, asking people, hey, can I borrow your shopping cart? Can I walk with you for a sec? I saw there's been a couple of things that he's done, whether it was people who wanted to engage in it or not. At the end of the day, if they, it's your own right to determine if I want to interact with you or if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna press the fucking, if you're gonna press the situation because you have an agenda, you have a channel, and you're trying to get, even if you are doing it, you're trying to you pay me off or whatever after. Like, that's still your fucking prerogative. Like, if I'm in a store and I'm by myself, just minding my business, I don't want to be bothered. And if I say I don't want to be bothered, then you shouldn't fucking approach me. You shouldn't bother me. Like, it should be that simple.
Mm-hmm.
But what you think, Kyle? Like, how do you feel? Like, have you ever had a situation where you've been kind of bothered in the store, not maybe by a TikToker, but like, in any situation, somebody trying to talk to you and you were like, get the fuck out of here, man.
No, I've had issues where I've been followed.
Yeah, really.
I've been followed in stores before. This is before I've been observed in stores before, and that was uncomfortable. Like, it's happened at least twice to me at the mall. Just chilling, buying stuff. They thought I was, like, one thought I was loitering, so he's just watching. So he's just watching me, thinking I'm gonna steal something. You know what I'm saying? I ended up buying something, but it took me a while. to decide what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I was too excited. I was too excited about, about the fact that I actually had some money to buy something for myself, and I didn't know what I wanted to get immediately
Yeah.
because I sat there too long. They were watching me, and my grandmother pointed it out, and it happened again in another. It happened again in another store. This was early. This was mid to this yeah like early 2000s, 2003, 2004, and I that was the first time I was really like observed in the store.
Yeah.
As far as what we're talking about someone doing this while a camera's on them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
No, that's never happened. That not to me anyway. I have seen people, you know, like filming, recording, or taking selfies with stuff in stores and trying to get people to interact. But that's the annoying part. If you want to
Yeah.
do a good deed, just do the good deed. You
That
know?
bro,
And,
I'm trying to say, like, it don't gotta be. A lot of it is comical, man, and it's like I get it, like, but don't try to transition like, oh, you're trying to take care of the community when you inside. I'm sitting here. I'm not gonna play them because you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't want all that shit. But it's just like I'm sitting here watching videos as we speak. Like I'm just seeing different things. I mean, he's been in the store. He got a beer. Hey, can you buy this beer for me? I'm trying to get a beer. And you're bothering women at the counters and shit. Yeah, I mean, listen, I get it. Like I'm not saying like, oh, like, you're in public, people interact with each other. But I
mhm.
just feel like there's a certain level of just like this is a consistent thing, bro. Like you're always fucking with people in the store, bro. Like other people do it way worse, and he used to do it too. He got there's a bunch of videos him fucking pouring milk all over himself and just goofy shit. He used to do it too. Now he's giving people money and shit or whatever. Okay, whatever. That's cool. But at the same time, like he used to be one of the ones in there fucking creating all this influence as well. And that's another thing. It's like people don't think about the portion of, hey, listen, bro, at what point do we start to understand, like, hey, listen, can we just fucking respectfully be able to shop and take care of our business and do what we need to do without people acting like fucking children and fools? Like, I hate to be the motherfucker. I'm the loud one. I like to laugh and enjoy stuff or whatever, but I also respect people's peace, man. And when people are in there, especially you over there struggling your fucking life away, and people are in there just trying to make their damn, I can't even tell you how many times I've walked into Walmart or a supermarket, especially recently. And I'm
Mhm.
over here fucking $30 in my hand trying to figure out how I'm gonna make that shit stretch for 6 days. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, struggling, going through stuff and stuff like that. And the last thing you want is some person following you around, antagonizing you just so they can make a fucking video. Bro, listen, it
Yeah.
gets under my skin, man. And then it really gets under my skin when I just hear the stupidity coming out of people's mouth. Boycott Walmart. Boycott. Are you fucking high? Like
Yeah. Well,
boycott Walmart because I mean, if it's different situations, let it be different. But
mm,
because somebody can't come in there and film and fucking interact with people, like, come on, bro.
I,
I'm not feeling it, bro.
if he would like, my thing is like I saw that he was also helping people, helping people out, right? The unfortunate thing is, especially with today and everything being through, coming through a screen,
Yeah.
you don't always know what's performative and what's genuine. Like for example, first time I discovered Mr. Beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
My homeboy and I were watching one of his videos. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
All I saw was he had opened his own restaurant. He had opened a burger restaurant, and he's
Mm-hmm.
in the drive-through giving away stacks,
Yeah.
right? He
I
just
saw
giving
that.
he just giving stacks, right? People coming through the driveway, they're getting their burger, and they're getting like couple G's off of it, right? And
Yeah.
his whole thing was, yes, he's rich, but he's also trying to help people at the same time. Then, and I was like, okay, that's great because you don't really see that as much. The only time I see somebody dropping that kind of cash is in freaking rap videos. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we used to see people making it rain and stuff like all the time. This dude was just one stack, two stack, three stacks, four stacks off of just one. Somebody just goes through the drive-thru. He's like, here's like $2,000, $3,000. Are you sure? Yeah, no, it's cool, man. I'm like, that is cool. That is cool. However, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you can't tell what's real and like what's real and what's fake. Like the people who look are looking to help people clean up their yards,
Hmm.
and they do and they do these immaculate jobs in
Yes.
like in like a day or like a day or so, and they're not asking for anything in return.
Yeah.
I respect that.
The
But
lawn care videos,
the lawn care
I
video,
love them shits.
those like
Yeah, I love those.
seeing these people who can't or have to or are behind taking care of their yard and everything, and somebody just
Yeah.
walks up and says, "Can we help you?"
Man, I need that. I need that right now. I need one of them to pull up my house right now.
You know what I'm
My
saying? Like,
lawnmower broke, and I was like, damn, please.
I respect that. Now, here's the thing about I'm going to say about this brother right here. Like, he might have just took it too far,
Yeah.
and that's the unfortunate thing. Do I think he should have been banned? I think maybe suspension, not straight up banned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
straight up banned. No, I'm because look, it's not like if he started a fight with somebody just to record it, that'd be a different story. If he was intentionally messing with people just to make a quick, just to make a few whatever he's getting off of ad revenue. No, he was helping people
Yeah,
with
but he
you know,
not. I mean,
but
recently, Kyle, he was doing that.
yeah,
He's got a history, bro. He's got a
I
lot of
know.
videos out there.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
and that's the unfortunate thing. Because
yeah,
everything's recorded, your past is literally right there. Anybody can pull up a past video you doing some foolishness,
exactly.
and use that as evidence against you. You know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
very true, and that's the bad thing, and it's also the thing of like sometimes there's going to be how can I say this shit like when there's a situation that happens, especially when it starts to get out of control.
Hmm.
There's usually somebody who's going to be represented as the example. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, whether you think it's fair or unfair or unjust, whatever you feel, like at some point, like things have to kind of start being able to be put into control. Like everything can't run amok. You know what I'm saying? When
Hmm.
you see one person, especially now with this age we live in now, like you said, everything is recorded. Everything is able to be seen by the masses. And you
Hmm.
have people out here with an intelligence level of, all different varieties. So it's like when you see somebody go in the store and they walk around and they stand up on the fucking bag counter while you over here trying to get your milk and cookies or whatever, and they start pouring the milk on top of their fucking head and screaming whatever they're screaming. Oh yeah, be true. This is good. It's the truth. So that guy that comes in spills fucking cereal and milk on his head and makes a big ass mess all over the fucking floor, and just stupid shit. And you see that. And then you see another person see that and they're like, look at the video. Oh, 10,000 views. Oh, shit. Well, what does that do? Now that creates the next fucking idiot who, like I said, we've talked about this plenty of times.
Yeah, yeah.
But
The
it's
algorithm
just,
feeds off of
it
foolishness and
feeds off of
negativity.
this foolishness
It it
and
feeds off of it.
negativity.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like
So it, but this
it's
is,
been that way since video content. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, everything. I mean, negativity is always going to fly way harder than something positive. And for this guy, do I think like banning from Walmart? I mean, no. And I think he handled it pretty respectfully. He didn't come out from what I've seen. I just saw a video real quick. I don't know if it is real or if it's genuine. I'm not sure, but from what I've seen, he's been pretty docile about it, like not banning. Because I'm pretty sure he kind of understands too. He's even come out and
Oh
said it.
yeah.
I think
Hmm.
that my past videos had something to do with the reason why I was banned.
Yep.
And I fully agree. I'm like, yo, listen, bro, at least you're being honest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the people who are sitting around who are just like, he's just a good guy. And I'm like, nah, nigga, you ain't really looking into everything. Like, you're trying to just go off the surface level shit. But at the end of the day, these companies have to be like, listen, we can't have this chaos in our establishment. And we need a little bit more structure, bro. And listen, this is where you get a lot of arguments. Well, what about this? And what about that? Like I said, everything can't be looking at the other side. You have to just kind of have an understanding sometimes, bro. And
Mm.
I just kind of feel like, listen, bro, if you in the store and you want to, like you said, Kyle, I think you said it best. If you in the store and you trying to do a good deed, there's a couple of people who do it. They just walk up and say, "Excuse me, like how you guys doing? Like I just noticed your basket's a little empty." I seen a couple of them like this, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm just getting a couple of things." Like, "Yeah, you got some kids?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got some kids. I'm just trying to get a couple of things." Well, I wanted to bless you today, and bam, they just start pulling out money and shit. I'm like, "Damn,
That's it. They just do it. Like
just do it."
I saw a woman pay for another woman's. It was like a few items in a grocery store, and she
Yeah,
had and she tried to do it on the sneak tip. What she did was she had I think she was with her kid or her grandkid or something, and
yeah,
they basically had them distract her while she slid her credit card in there and paid for the lady, right?
yeah,
And and that was it. She just wanted to make her day because it's hard for because it's hard for everybody out here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and that's
So
what's up. Hmm.
and that's great. It's just sometimes, and I love seeing videos like that. But it's the fact that it's videos, right? Like I'd rather just go out and hear it. Like so and so paid for, this lady paid for somebody's pizza for their kids, or they paid for they helped them pay, I don't know, a bill or something, or something. Just a
Yeah,
good deed for the sake of it, and that's it. Because sometimes it just seems like it, and it's not everybody, but sometimes it seems like you're just doing it for the views, and
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, for
and
real.
and that's the unfortunate part of where we live, where we live today, and everything being recorded, you know.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right, bro. And I mean, we ain't gonna stay on it too long because, like I said,
Right.
we've definitely talked about these situations in the past about, especially with like the people who are just kind of just doing too much, man. Like like just you don't always want to be bothering people, bro. Like it's
Hmm.
disrespectful. It's what the hell is it called when you're too close to people and so invasive. Like
Invasive.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with talking. There's nothing wrong with, hey, maybe I'm just like whatever. But then you got people who are taking it like want to try to take it to the next level. Like
Yep.
at some point you got to be able to slow it down. And if Walmart's banning them because of like they're like, hey, listen, we've been telling this guy over and over again, stop doing this shit. You ain't listening. You're causing causing problems between people, even if it's just people who like, hey man, this guy keeps fucking following me, he's talking to me and stuff like that. I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, why is he bothering me? That's people's right. Like that's people's right. I do respect the guys who I see like they walk up to somebody and you see him and somebody says, "Hey, and not right now. No, I'm not in the mood." Especially the guys I watch the Riz videos, and I
Hmm.
love those, especially because I'm married now and I can't go and talk to the girls like I used to and everything
Oh
or
boy.
whatever.
Uh
And
huh.
you see the guys walk up with the super confidence and say, "Excuse me, miss, but have you been running all day? Because my mind or whatever,
Uh.
you know what I'm saying."
Oh
And
boy. Uh huh. Yep.
but some of them will be very respectful, and the girls say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have a blah blah blah,"
Yep.
and then they'll move on. They just want to say you're beautiful. Hope you have a great day. Hope this made your day, and they
Yep.
walk off. But then you got other ones that's like, "Oh, come on, you don't need him." You know what I'm saying? "Oh, you're married. Who cares? Come on, bro. Like,
That is,
take a,
no, no,
take a
no, no.
chill pill, man."
Be respectful, even though stuff like that's been happening forever. But it's like
Forever, yeah,
you gotta be more respectful. But that's exactly, but stuff like that is exactly why people record it now,
yeah,
because you need in order to be believed, you need evidence. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, man.
Especially if you like, and it happens to guys too. But a lot of a lot of women, if they're if they're having an issue and no one believes them,
Yeah.
they need evidence. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, they got plenty of it now. I'll tell you that right now because everybody got something all that they are recording or they have something that they can, look back on, especially
Hmm.
with guys talking to women and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, my man, he did what he did. It ain't like it's gonna really hurt him too bad. Even though Walmarts are fucking everywhere. You better take your ass to Target.
Yeah.
You're probably still in Walmart.
You go from blue to red.
Yep. Walmart don't even pay attention to shit. They don't even know who's in there and stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, do better, guys. Stop running around bothering every damn body. If you want to bless somebody, bless them. Leave them alone. But all right, Kyle. That was a pretty good topic. That was one of the news that was coming across
Yeah.
recently. All right, so let's go from like okay to probably some really bad news, and I don't really want to talk about it, but we're definitely going to talk about it because this is something that's
I'm
been
taking
happening.
my breaths right now, man. I know exactly where you're going with it, so I gotta, ooh, gotta
Yeah,
mentally
man.
prepare.
All right, so I'm gonna get the picture up here, but yeah. So once again, this is something that's been happening for a long time, and this is something where I feel like the outrage and the outcry is completely justifiable. Somebody fucking around in Walmart and getting banned is, in my opinion, is like, hey, listen, fuck around and find out, kind of. But this right here, this is where I feel like people need to start coming together a little bit more and paying more attention. And damn, do I have it? Yeah, do I have it? I have saved. I don't think. Yeah, I think I got it saved. Um, all right, my bad, Kyle. I'm over here effing around. I didn't save it on here.
Well, hey,
I thought I had
take
it.
your time.
But yeah, so recently they've come out. There have been a couple of stories and reports
Mm-hmm.
about people being found hanging
Mm-hmm.
in different areas, which
Yep.
is kind of really weird. It's not even like it's just one area. It's like
No.
a bunch of different areas. And we've been hearing the reports and the stories, and I think it's up to like almost 8 people in
Mm-hmm.
12 different locations or something like that, or
Yep.
I don't know, something like that. I'm gonna have the picture here in a minute, but tell me what you know about it, Kyle.
every, like I've been hearing about a different one every week.
Mm-hmm.
Each one happens to be a black person or a person of color, but mostly black people. And and some people are just shooting. Like some people are just shooing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the cops have been doing this have been doing this for decades.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing more and more people coming out, and they're saying, like, look, okay, black people don't hang themselves in the middle of the day in
I'm trying to
public.
tell you.
Okay,
Yep.
we do not, like, this is going back decades, man.
Yeah.
This is going back decades. This wasn't just happening this year. You know what I mean? But these reports that are coming out one after the other, after the other, after the other, it's scary.
Yeah. It's really crazy.
It's so scary because it reminds me of it reminds me of the song "Strange Fruit" by Billie Holiday. Right? That song is all about young black men and women getting hung on trees, right? And it's a classic song by one of the greats of jazz, and she got arrested over that song.
Wow, I never
She,
knew that.
oh, dude, look, look it up. She got arrested. She got arrested over that song multiple times because they did not like what she was saying. You know what I mean? And look look at this. It's history repeating itself, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really crazy. Let's break it up real quick. So
Yeah.
so this is okay, they went a little far back here, but
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm gonna kind of tie it into like the most recent ones that have been happening. I think this is from a little older, but some of the most recent ones that was happening in February, they found a guy in Cobb County, Georgia. That's where I'm at now.
Mm.
They found him hanging from a tree. Authorities
Mm-hmm.
ruled suicide. Every single one of these authorities have ruled suicide. I think that's the reason why these are all lumped together. But
Yep. This ain't the first time. This is
yeah,
not the first time. This is what they do.
this other one was in June, 2026, found hanging from a tree in a park. Authorities ruled it apparent suicide. August 3rd, Mississippi and Jackson, Mississippi. Authorities ruled it suicide. Every single one. I mean, there's
Yep.
more even,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on, bro. I mean, like you said, this has been going on forever.
This has been
But
going on forever. The amount of times that it's happened just this summer,
yeah,
right, is, like I said, it's reminiscent of way back in the day. And they're ruling all of them as suicides. Please,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
please,
and it's getting a
please.
lot of attention as far as just like people are not ignoring it because, like we said, man, it's been. So I got in 2026, we have seen multiple cases involving black people found hanging from trees across the United States.
Yeah.
They got some of the people's names. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
We're talking college
yeah, college
campuses.
kids.
Just random,
It's a
and it,
whole bunch of people.
yeah.
8 black people found hanging all within 12 months. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was looking for.
Uh huh.
Damn,
Yeah. Uh huh.
bro, how can you rule that all suicides, bro? Like, if there was
Because.
anything,
Hmm.
if there was somebody who was going in Walmart
Yep.
and every time one person went in Walmart and they, whatever, did something came up missing or whatever, motherfuckers would immediately be like, okay, he must be, he'd be a person of suspicion. There'd be something suspicious. There'd be anything suspicious. People would fucking be writing up reports and looking at cameras. How the hell can you just instantly write off that, oh, every one of the 8 people within
Uh
12
huh.
months all just committed suicide in the same kind of
Uh huh.
way?
Yeah. Look,
Yeah, that's
like I
ridiculous,
said,
bro.
man, they're repeating history.
Yeah.
They've been doing this exact thing for. Come on, there's been people found in. There's been people found in just random, like these are some of them. Some of them are kids,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, they're
know,
really young, bro. They're not
and
even,
it look at the and
yeah, they're
the
young.
sad and the sad part is when things happen, like we have shootings on a regular basis,
Hmm.
right? We have shootings on on a regular basis. We have mysterious people missing. We
Yeah.
have kids missing.
Oh, yeah.
Kids missing. And no, and some of them are found. Others are not. Others are. The only thing they do is find the bodies, or they completely forget about the kids. You know,
Yeah.
and what do they all have in common? They all look like me and you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a lot, man. I mean, and it's too much to even like, speculate at this point. And that's why it's just a crazy situation to where it's just like you said, bro, it's like after a while people start to get used to it and then people start to justify it and then,
Hmm.
and it's crazy because it's the thing that sucks, bro. Let's have this conversation, man. Not
Go
not
ahead,
that
talk about it.
not that long ago
Yep.
I was on a show on I think it was a couple episodes back on the web show. I was talking about how Tuskegee University
Yep.
was saying like, hey, listen, we don't want people to come in wearing do rags and bonnets and
Hmm.
pajamas and
Yep.
all this shit, this class anymore. Like we want people to start listen. If you don't know what they were saying is like, hey, we would like people to start fucking dressing a little bit more respectfully to come to school, man. Like throw a little bit of shit on. Set an example for yourself, even. Listen, bro, and I say it with that much passion is because listen, everything is not a fucking dig at you, bro. Everything is not. Oh, well, who says I can't? That shit has got to stop, bro. Because the reason why that's not allowing that bullshit, that fucking selfishness or whatever you call it. Like I've been losing my words, but I'm sick, yo. But that state of mind
Hmm.
is doing nothing but holding you back, bro. It's not allowing you to try something different or change something about yourself that may, make you grow in a better position or a better way. I'm saying all that and bringing it back to that is because we have such bad examples right now, bro, in my opinion,
Hmm.
of what the fuck is going on in the black community. Um, I mean, listen, bro, I've thought this shit out. I've thought this shit out. I'm not saying that there aren't people doing what they're supposed to do. I'm saying what is mostly representing us, from women to men. When it comes to women, I mean, you have nothing but everybody twerking, everybody shaking their ass all the fucking time. Nobody's being taken seriously. When you do see the sisters that are fucking, graduating college at fucking 16 and becoming the first fucking lawyers and stuff like that, it's clouded by
Yeah.
everybody
That
just
that
being
that
reckless,
gets that
bro.
gets less
Listen,
like what do we say? Like the internet and media before even the internet
uh,
is
niggas
drama,
is people too, bro.
negativity versus positivity. What usually gets more eyes on it?
Kyle, I mean, at some point, bro, you do also have to understand, like, people have to also step up and start taking responsibility, man. I
Hey, I'm
think
not
that's
saying
another
that
big,
either.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a big factor that a lot of people like. It's always the finger, like I was saying before, like everybody, what about what they're doing? But it's like, what the fuck about us, though, man? It's like, and listen, and none of this conversation is like anywhere near like, oh well, this is why this is happening. No, this is happening.
No,
There,
there's no
I can't
connection
give
there.
you a reason why this is fucking
There,
happening. Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, I just wish that the bullshit that I keep seeing, whether it be media, whether it's not like, these motherfuckers are writing stories. I'm literally watching fucking CCTV footage of motherfuckers, doing the stuff that they're doing. I was seeing in Wisconsin, like yesterday, I think it was, just mobs of people just randomly attacking people for no fucking reason. Kids. When I say kids, I'm talking about fucking kids. Just randomly attacking people. And when you say kids, that's two fucking groups of people. That's your fucking kids, your children. It's 15, 16, 14, 13. And then you got to include the parents. Because it's like, well, what the fuck is y'all doing? If these kids out here running amok, you ain't doing shit either. So it's just like, I just really, really feel like, the representation of like I don't even know how to say it, bro. Like the representation of our people is being so fucking corrupted right now, bro. I mean, I thought maybe it was like this when we were when it was just like, oh, they're just hip hoppers and their pants hanging off their ass and clothes too big and blah blah blah. People used to say, oh, dancing monkeys and all this other bullshit. People
they
fucking
still
characterize
do.
exactly, they still do.
They still do.
But it's like now it's like, I don't know. It's like to have the generations become so accepting of it to where it's like that's where we position ourselves. Are we constantly just having to watch fucking Blueface and fucking Krishan fighting and arguing and tattooing their fucking faces to death? And Rakai and these fucking people who are out here doing stupid ass bullshit and then getting glorification for it. And it's just like, I understand like some of this is part of entertainment, but some of it is also hip hop wives and all this other shit that constantly represents. Do you see anything? I remember watching DJ Rev Run when I was watching Run's House back in the day. And I'm like, look at this fucking wholesome family making money, fucking having vision, growing businesses and all this other stuff. Do I see that shit all the time? I don't,
No?
bro. I don't see a lot of representation anymore, bro. And it's just
You
like
mean positive representation?
a lot of negative representation, like you're saying, bro. I mean, it just gets difficult after a while, always pointing the finger. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be the one to try to like engage the conversation of like, hey, listen, can we start opening up these communities for these kids again? Can we start opening up these YMCAs and putting these kids who are being stuck in the street and informing these groups? It's not even like fucking gangs anymore. It's like literally kids are just grouping together and just doing randomness. And then with the advancement of technology to where people are like, hey, listen, I can do some crazy shit. Let's see who can get the craziest. And let's see who can post it and see how many views it can get. It's just been like doubled in numbers, man. It's like people are just completely losing all self-respect for themselves and just letting themselves run amok, man, in the worst way, I feel lately.
But now I understand where that point of view comes from. I mean, shoot, we've been around for a while now. Like we may not be like we're not like OG status just yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're close to 40. We've lived some life. You know what I'm saying?
We're unks.
We're unks. Yeah. We're unks. Like
that's how we're classified.
For real though. I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm an unk for real.
I'm an unk in real life for real.
I'm a grand unk, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I get where you're coming from because I've been hearing it all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got one side over here that are asking, like, okay, so what's going on with the youth? Why is it that we only see this kind of representation? But then when we talk about representation in all types of media, right? Any other time we see anything positive, and you got people online saying, oh, that ain't real. Go back to where you came from. Blah 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 blah. And then you have others like, look, this is just who I am. Accept it or don't. And some people just want to, and everybody just wants acceptance. But when you have people out here. Look at these people. on the like the ones that were found hanging,
Yeah.
the ones that we know about anyway,
Hmm.
the ones that we know about. We don't know about, well, I don't know about their lives prior to this. Nobody deserves that.
Nope, not at all.
Nobody deserves that. And this is only the ones that, only the ones that we know. And there is no reason for any of this to happen except for for what we know. Why in the world, why in the world would you, do this? Oh, you're trying to scare them out of your, you're trying to scare them out of your university, store, town, whatever. Like we're getting, like when you see people out here saying things like, go back to where you came from, go back home, and then we got and then we got we got plenty of people in the in the media and in our freaking in our freaking offices who just let this who just let this stuff slide because it's like, oh, it's just happening to you. Why is this happening to you? Some things are just, it doesn't make any sense. And do I think us as a community could do better? Well, I say this all the time. Like we try to, like those who try to help each other, that's it. But it's not everybody, unfortunately. There's
Yeah,
there's
I mean, no, it'll never
there's
be everybody, but
there's division between, division between the ages. There's division between the, like generations. There's division between, like just across, like everybody. For what reason? I don't know. That's one thing that I feel like we all gotta work on. We keep saying we gotta come together, we gotta come together, we gotta come together. And then when somebody has a plan as to how, or like, I don't, that's, I want to see more of that. But then
yeah,
when we actually do, here's the funny thing: when I see groups that are actually coming together, they don't get the mainstream press that they deserve. They don't get the, the type of time that is deserved because because it's something positive. But the
yeah.
minute we start doing something negative, it's all over the news. Or the minute someone says something negative, like I'm like every day I'm reminded of racism across the board, racism in fandoms, racism in things like in video games, in
Oh yeah,
music, and
everything you
all
do. You
everything
can't
you
do
do.
shit without
You
going in the
can't
comments
you
and seeing
can't do
people. Oh, look
nothing.
at it. Yeah,
No,
it's coming.
you can't, no, you can't do nothing. Earlier today, I
Yeah.
was watching somebody play a video game with a black character, and they're like, "Oh, this doesn't work here. This doesn't work here." They saw a black character with dreadlocks, and they were like, "Oh,
Mhm.
this doesn't work here. This doesn't work here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get, please.
Yeah.
Every week. Oh, a young lady, a young lady or a young man writes a book, right? They write a book. They're promoting the book. It's supposed to be on like Barnes and Noble and things like that. They don't
Mhm.
see it up there, or it's like way in the back.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
and Kyle.
or
Everything that you're talking about right now is like this is like the genuine experience. Like it really is like that. And unless you have, and this is how you say it, unless you have black owned business, unless you have situations where you have, sometimes because keep it real, like sometimes people don't be looking out for each other either. But it's just like,
that's the unfortunate thing. Like
yeah,
I think a lot of it is, some of it is pride, some of it is fear, some of it is a combination of all,
acceptance.
of acceptance.
Hmm.
I'll give you an example. And sorry for interrupting you, dude. I'm
No,
just
you good, you good, you good.
okay. So my mother, and I probably brought this up in past shows, but my mother, entrepreneur. My dad, entrepreneur. My mother, uh, beautician for for going on 40 some years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Owned her own business since 1994. When she opened her own salon in a small area that was kind of known for being not the best area. It wasn't a bad area, so to speak, but it was like, but it did have a little bit of a reputation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She opened the store there. I mean, she opened the salon there. She had it, she had it there for years, right? Then it was a small little store and people and people came. You know what I'm saying? She had customers, she had clients. I mean, she had employees. She was doing well, like up and down for years, right? Then the minute she decided to expand, and she went from West Main Street to East Main Street, right? When she got to East Main Street, she expanded the building. The building was bigger. She started to, like everything looked slightly, different than what we were used to at the old shop. And then people
Hmm.
were like, "What you trying to do? What you trying to prove?" You know what I mean? And they're like, "I did," and she's like, "I did this for y'all. I did this for all of us." This is when she first opened the shop. That shop stayed open until 2019,
Yeah. Yo,
right?
hate and envy comes in a lot of different ways and a lot of different forms, bro. It's not always about culture and representation. I mean, sometimes, yeah, I mean, a lot of times it I think that's the reason why it sucks, because there's so many different variables with this shit when it comes to just people working together in general. But
Yeah.
at the end of
But
the
when
day,
it
it's
comes to
just like,
people hanging from trees, though,
yeah, yeah,
when it comes to this stuff, okay, then I'm seeing all like like we thought that this would just be left as a as part of history. But every day, what are they doing? They're deleting parts of history. You know what I'm saying? Every
yeah.
day, but
I
they've
think
been. It's
I
crazy.
think we also get like a complex, I think, nowadays, that just
Hmm.
because we have so much available information and we're able to see so much stuff, that we also forget that there's a lot of shit still happening that nobody knows about. There's a
Oh,
lot of
absolutely. Yeah.
news that's going on in your own fucking city
Yep.
that you don't even know about. And because we feel like we have like the knowledge of like, oh, when something happens, it's going to be on the news. Oh, when this go, I remember one time when I was working at Target, and these guys had broken the Target. We had to walk in the store one morning, and we all had to sit in the damn cafe area. And they was like, yeah, these guys broke in last night. The police were there, and we
Hmm.
were all just sitting in the thing while the police did their investigation or whatever. And these guys had took a sledgehammer and went to the back wall in the back of Target and broke through the wall, and just out there pounding for like 3 hours and broke
Oh
through the
my
wall, and
God.
then they stole a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm
Mm.
sitting there like, damn, like this is gonna be on the news, bro. I can't wait for this to be on the news. Oh, but I don't hear this. That shit wasn't even on the fucking news, bro. They didn't
Nope.
even come out on the news. It was as big as that was. Somebody breaking through the walls. What happened was, I think it was the same guys. They
Yep.
had did it to another store, and when they
And
did it to
that
another
got.
store,
Hmm.
that got put on the news. Yeah, yeah. So they had it was just like, just proving the point. Like, it's like everything that happens, like you're saying, repeating history, or these stories that we're hearing about right now. Like, this stuff gets spread because it intentfully gets spread, because the media and information sources, they
Hmm.
spread what they choose to spread for
Hmm.
whatever reason, like we were talking about earlier in the conversation, for whether it be numbers, for whether it be trying to gain different parts of an audience.
Yep.
There's a lot of different reasons for why this stuff that is always happening,
Yep.
it's just crazy that it's this much. And that's like, it's like, it seems like it's fucking amped up. I mean, if this is just like the usual and we're just
Hmm.
hearing about it, that's the shit that you also got to decipher when you're hearing about this shit too.
But
Um,
this is why outlets like this, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
mhm.
we're talking about stuff that's like like mainstream news too. But I know of outlets that talk about stuff specifically in the
Yeah,
area where I'm from. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Or
Yeah,
like close to it. And this is why things like PBS is important, because
yeah,
they'll talk about smaller stuff that's not always being reported. And there's outlets out there, and there's people out there who have worked in the news, who left the news because of the bias,
because of stuff. Yeah,
because of stuff like that, and they report it on TikTok, and
that's
they
right.
get silenced. They get silenced. Their accounts get taken down, or their view counts don't even add up. You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean?
Yeah, there's
So
still a lot of ways to silence people, and yeah, I mean, and we were going in a lot of different directions with this
yeah.
topic right here. That's because I mean, it's a sensitive topic. It's also something that you also want to treat delicately. You also want to
Hmm.
make sure, but you know, like I said, bro, one of the biggest things that I just really wish and it's because I have kids. It's because you know what I'm saying. It's also because
Hmm.
I come from two sides of the of the tracks. You know what I'm saying. Like when I
Yeah.
was younger, I grew up in the suburbs. I was around a lot of white people, and you know I have a couple run-ins with a couple different situations when I was younger and stuff. But when
Hmm.
I got you know sixth grade, I 11, 12 years old. And it's weird because I have a lot of history, but I went to
Yep.
Elizabeth, New Jersey, and I'm growing up. I got, you know, I'm in the fucking hood. Like, you know, I'm in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it's
Hmm.
just like, I saw that realm and I was like, damn, I was like, I only saw that when I was like with my cousins and shit. And I'm like, damn, I'm like, this really is two different fucking lifestyles. Like, I went to this school over here and it looked like this. I went to this school over here and it looks like this.
Yeah.
And you,
Yeah,
it's weird, man.
when I was in school, like I know when you were talking about the uniform, like the uniform thing for for the colleges,
Yeah.
the biggest thing was like I am all for expressing yourself however you want, right?
Yeah.
But at this, here's what here's what I say coming from two different education systems, right? So I was in the public school system from kindergarten to the end of second grade, and then I repeated the first grade twice, and then after second grade, my mother pulled me out and put me in private school,
Gotcha.
and that was a culture shock.
Yeah.
That was a culture shock because number one, it was a Catholic school, so they were strict. Religion was part of the curriculum, right? Religion was part of the curriculum. I grew up partially Roman Catholic, like 1 foot in the Roman Catholic Church, 1 foot in the Baptist Church,
Yeah.
right? What I discovered from both sides is they're not different at all. The biggest thing is one talks about saints and other books, and the other ones have like other rituals. Some sing and it keeps you awake, others don't. You know what I'm saying? Some
Oh, man.
will like
I used to love the,
the
listen, church,
black church versus
singing.
white church.
Let me tell
Like
you something, bro.
black church versus mostly white church. I say mostly because there were black
Yeah,
people there, but mostly white church.
yeah,
Totally,
yeah,
the environments were different. But public school versus private school, the clothing was strictly pants, collared shirt, vest for the boy. For the boys. Girls could only wear the uniforms with the skirts until it was wintertime. For some reason, they couldn't wear pants until it was wintertime because pants were they covered more and it was warm. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We had to pray every day. We were praying for every meal. If you went to breakfast, lunch, whatever, all of that. That was the biggest thing. Plus the fact that yes, there were black people there. What there weren't were I didn't see a lot of physically disabled people there. So it was a
Mm,
lot of so it was a lot of that. I saw then it was kind of like night and day. Then I went
yeah,
back to the public school system, and then by then uniforms and dress codes were already expected. What they said was they were trying to keep people from getting like worrying about what they're wearing and blah 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 because
yeah.
were getting their clothes stolen, all that stuff. For this college, for the HBCUs and everything, and everything else, they're trying to prepare you for, or they say they're trying to prepare you for whatever job you're coming to school for, like whatever you're trying to prep for. So it's like, okay, I can understand where you're coming from here because, like I get it. You dress for the job, it's like dress for the job you want,
You
right?
want, yeah,
But at the same time, people are feeling like, look, I'm in school right now, but I want to be able to just come to school and learn because the biggest thing is to learn. Unfortunately, with us, we have to be a little like they say that we have to do more because unfortunately there's more expected from us, and that
or
is
there's less expected from us, and we
depending
have
on
to
where
prove ourselves more.
yeah, Like, yeah,
Unfortunately,
we
yeah.
gotta prove ourselves to ourselves. We gotta prove ourselves. If you got that kind of family, whatever. I told my mom I didn't want to. Like, I told my mom I wanted to take a year off from school after I graduated high school. She turned around and looked at me and she's like, "Are you serious?" Right? It
And your
wasn't.
mom's not wrong.
It wasn't
That's what's
until
crazy.
it wasn't until I almost flunked out where she said, "You know what? Maybe you should take a break." You know what I'm saying? But
Oh well. Oh, so
yeah,
well,
she
but
she she changed her mind when I ended up on academic probation. I had no plan. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I only went to college, community college or whatever, to please my parents. On one hand,
yeah,
my dad was like, "Don't be stupid like me," and he's not stupid. You know what I'm saying? He just, he didn't go to college. And my mother had a job, had skills right out of trade school.
yeah.
So it was different. Now people are trying to like, yeah, college is one thing, but college is expensive as heck. And then you have others that are saying, "Oh, go to these trade schools because now we have all these other options." But I can kind of understand in a way the dress code thing because you're seeing people coming out and like, it looked like they just walked out of bed
Shit starts getting
and
shit starts going too far, Kyle. That's what I was talking about
that,
with the Walmart shit. Like
it's
shit starts going too far, man. It's like you
I'm trying to
can't let
understand both sides of the argument because I don't,
and
you know.
I respect you for that because it's like I understand the people because I do that too, man. You can't. It's hard to just have on a lot of situations. I'll say because there's some situations that hands down. The next situation that we're about to talk about, you're gonna see my fucking one sided
Yeah,
all by itself. Trust me.
I know where
Yeah,
you're going.
trust me. But
Yeah.
it's like you really do want to have both sides visible, but you also want to be able to have it visible so that you can make the right kind of like judgment for yourself and your decision
Mhm.
when you say something like, hey, listen, man, and this is going back to just the easy topic of like, hey, what you're wearing, you might need to fucking tighten it up a little bit. It's a little bit too loose, like you were saying, like, hey, listen, mom, I feel like taking off a year. The reason why I was saying like your mom is right for coming back at you and saying, listen, you might need to stay on the path because it's easy to defer, man. It's easy to settle down. It's easy to lighten up. But when you are forced to, and sometimes forced is probably not the best word, but when you're forced to make sure you waking up and you forced to make sure you hitting the gym and you forced to make sure you eating good. And
Mhm.
yeah, burnout exists, but hard work and definition and fucking intent and all of that stuff does push you for success, man. Be honest. If you not sitting around, I'm not saying you're not going to find something that you got to that you may want to do instead of what you're doing,
Mhm.
but a lot of times it's you want to stop doing something because you want to chill, man. You wanted when I took my break from the B-line, I wanted to chill. I wanted to see if there was something else that I should be doing. Should I
Mhm.
keep working this hard at this shit? Or should I be doing something else? That is necessary.
Mhm.
But you do have to understand that you're also losing momentum. You're also losing time. You're also losing something when you do stop that progression, man. So I understand both sides. I really do. Um, but the kids need to start understanding a little bit more, especially for black kids that are going to school and needing more of an understanding like, hey, your appearance, your attitude, how you act. I listen, bro. I can't even.
I
I
go
wish I
for
could.
the act more than the clothes, to be honest
I'm
with you.
telling you. Listen.
You know.
I'm saying this shit knowing that every day I get on a phone with people who are fucking damn near 50 plus, and when I tell you, I talk to some of the fucking rudest, most fucking
Mhm.
challenged fucking people, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I know some people got, disabilities and stuff, but it's like, I'm talking about there's some people that literally, hey, I'm going because I'm having a baby. And you just talking to these people, you hear the just disrespectful nature of just, you don't even know me. Like, why
Yep.
are you so rude? Like, what the fuck is it in it for you? Like, you need that you need people to be able to have an influence. Everybody doesn't come from good homes. Everybody doesn't have good examples to see in their household. Everybody doesn't have good examples to see when they turn the television on to point to when it's not a basketball player or a fucking, whatever, a lawyer, whatever, a politician, like these crooked ass niggas, like
Mm.
it's not a lot of representation. There are just average people. The guy who's fixing air conditioners who is like, listen, I had to get out of school and I had to bust my ass and work when he's coming to the school for father, kid day. And yeah, I did this. Now you're your dad. I didn't go to college, but I picked up this thing. Your mom, I picked up this trade and I put myself in. So even though I didn't have all the things that everybody go to do this and do that, I still made it work for myself. I still made a family. I still was successful. It is possible. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it because I was able to make it. It means you should strive as hard as you need to, but always know that you can work hard for something. And
Oh
that's what's
yeah.
fucking important.
Yeah. I had at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do. So all I knew was school felt like prison to me,
Yeah.
right? And then I would learn about the prison to school pipe, the school to prison pipeline, and that's a whole different story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But school felt suffocating to me. Not to mention I was the weird kid in class with the limp and everything, and everything else. So I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I was really accepted there.
Yeah.
I found people that did accept me for who I was. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know it. I didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
Who I was. All I knew was I had a job. I had, some money coming in. We were living decently, and I just wanted to get the heck out of school in a positive way. I wasn't going to drop out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That was it. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. Like later on. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Now,
yeah.
now I do, and that's and I'm glad I went to. If I knew broadcasting school was an option for me at the time, because we didn't know this until I was well into my 20s,
Yeah.
right? If I knew broadcasting school was an option for me, I would have gone immediately after high school.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit. I might have even entertained it and even went at all. Shit, you're talking to somebody. I didn't graduate. I got my GED when I got to Georgia,
Mhm.
and I was entertaining classes, yo. I was entertaining college courses and stuff like that
Mhm.
because of just the fact that I thought, hey, listen, if I can do something that's gonna, give me a leg up when I'm filling
Yeah.
out these applications, then I'll do it. But to be honest with you, every job that I was applying to, every job that I was going for, I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking getting it. I was getting in the interview. I walk in and immediately shake somebody's hand hard and say, hey, listen, I don't know what you got going on in here, but I feel like I can do some good work here. I know how to get shit done. Let's go. And
Jobs were getting.
I'm telling you, bro,
You had the
I was getting that shit left and right.
I was getting jobs that were shutting down on me. So
Yeah,
yeah, I was getting jobs
man.
that were shutting down on me. I remember one time I was trying to get this job at this place, basically being like doing like a janitorial thing, right?
Yeah,
And they lost the it was a non for profit place helping people on the street, and they
got it.
lost the funding.
Okay.
I got both interviews. I went through two interviews, the bosses and the people that already worked there and already lived there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They wanted to test me out, right? So I go through the process. Next thing you know, cut the funding.
yeah,
You know what I mean. So it's not like I was in the trenches looking for jobs, but either jobs didn't want me for one reason, and one thing I would discover later on is I look like a liability to a lot of employers.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that
You
is
know.
like one of the things where it does suck, and I can't be. I'm not like in your shoes, but just reasonably, I can understand like
Hmm.
that places will probably judge you in a different way than me coming in, like
Because of my disability.
exactly,
Yeah.
and
So
that's why it kind of does suck in your situation, Kyle. You do have that's why it's interesting to talk to you because you have a different perspective, man. Even when I'm talking with Dre on Wheels on and stuff like that
shout out to
on his
him. Yeah.
show.
Hmm.
Yeah, like he was telling me about some different. He worked in a movie theater too, actually. I'm that's yeah,
Nice.
but it's like he was telling me different things that kind of made me think about stuff different. I told you when I was younger, my grandfather had yeah. Take the stuff there for me, baby. Sorry, guys, my helping hand. But my grandfather, he was in a wheelchair, and it didn't stop him, man. It really gave him the ability to kind of. That's it, guys. Good night. Get some sleep. It really gave him the ability to like still do stuff. I don't know if I gave him purpose, but
Yeah.
he would take me to different, you know, events and stuff like that. He'd take us to the park, and I would go and I'd get his wheelchair out the back and push him around the grocery store. So
Yep.
it was like I had that interaction with somebody who was different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
from with him, like he was walking on crutches for a while, then he was in a wheelchair. So it's
Been
like
there.
I knew what it's like to deal with somebody who's different. I knew what it was like to have things being done for you when you're different. Like we go to the movies and he's sitting in a handicap spot, and I'm like, damn, I don't want to sit in the back. I want to sit in the front. So I was trying to like that eye was open to me early on. But
Yep.
at the same time, it's like it's hard to have conversations where, you know, I don't want to press like we said with just the work atmosphere. I was somebody who was easily able to jump in and get jobs in different ways because of how I was talking, because of what I was doing, whatever the fucking case may be.
You
But
got a
in your
person. You got
situation,
a personality. You know what I'm saying?
but you got a personality.
You
You
got
know
a
what I'm
personality.
saying?
I didn't discover this part of myself until later. Like, you know what? Because I would like, I would mask it. You know what I'm saying? People saw what I wanted them to see. I just wanted people to leave me alone, to be honest. I didn't want to be rude or nothing like that. But my
Yeah,
thing was I just wanted to be like I wanted to be the background character. I didn't know what I wanted to, what I wanted to do with myself yet. Now I'm getting to a point where I really do not care what people think of me anymore.
welcome to
I'm
40.
oh, right.
We don't give a fuck anymore. We've been through it all. It's like, all right, nigga, all right, whatever.
I'm gonna still be nice. I'm gonna still be nice to you. I'm gonna still be because that's just who I am. If I'm, that's just
Yeah,
who I am. I'm not being fake. This is me. But
that's
the
right.
world, but the world showed me that obviously they don't care. And since our rights in everything are being taken away anyway by the,
Anyway,
it's like okay, you know what? Let's go. We already got disabled people and people half dead in freaking Washington, but
that's
yet
right. That's
but
right.
but yet I can't get married. You
I'm
telling
telling
me
you.
that? Okay, fine.
Yeah, no, you absolutely right, bro. I mean, you touched a nice topic right there. Listen, you once you get to a certain age, I don't know what happens, but that button just kind of, all right, whatever. You
Oh,
start saying whatever a lot more.
just wait till
All
no,
right.
just wait till we older, dude. Just
Oh
wait till
yeah.
we older, just wait till we older, like old folks home age. Just wait
Yep.
till we're like,
Sitting around. I know why I be getting cussed out so much. People don't give a damn. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, this is always a great discussion, man. I mean, it does suck because, like we said, you wish that there was more that can be done. You wish that people didn't just argue and just always try to, because even when it does come for people trying to come together, like everybody's always looking for the person who, you know what I'm saying? I would get shitted on because I'm literally up here trying to say, hey, listen, I wish that we can start being represented better. I wish
Mhm.
that we can start being, I wish that people would start taking grasps and holds of our children who are running these fucking streets like maniacs. And literally, I'm talking literally. I just watched a video of a mob of fucking. This shit just happened. A mob of teenagers, majority black and brown,
Mhm.
and these motherfuckers had a bolt cutter or something. They cut a damn door off a store and broke all the windows and went in and just robbed that bitch blind. It was like 60 kids, bro. That shit. Listen, for me, like you said, we've been around for a little while. That shit right there, I know like certain stuff like that's happened in the past. I watched Do the Right Thing when I was younger with Spike Lee, but I'm telling you, this shit is happening more. These mobs of kids that are just coming out and just fucking swarming events and situations and fighting,
Mhm.
and
Was that a
I don't know
security?
what the fuck is going on.
Was that a security camera or was somebody filming it?
Nah, bros, that was the one. I think it was a security camera because the way it was angled looked like it was like the one was outside and then the one was inside when they started seeing everybody come in. So I think it was
Because
a
what?
security camera.
Because one thing I don't understand, because I've seen those videos too. I've seen people.
Man, fuck it, I'm gonna
If
play
you
it.
if you out here if you out here committing crimes, why would you record it?
Bro, because listen, these kids don't care. Yo, these kids don't fucking Kyle. Bro. Listen, bro. We've played a lot of shit, yo.
Yeah.
The video with the kids that were robbing the Walgreens,
Mm.
and they were walking out the store, kids like fucking 7 years old or whatever, and they was robbing Walgreens, cussing the damn lady out when they stopped them and all that. And then they went home, and you would think, oh, I think about to get their little ass beat. Went home, and the fucking sister or daughter, whoever it was, jumped on his camera. Oh, y'all wrong for trying to stop my boys. They weren't even taking nothing. What's wrong with y'all? And then you see where they come from. You like, what? There's all hope is fucking lost. It's like, I mean, be honest. Be
Mm.
honest, bro. I mean, it sucks to say it. In that situation right there, like that's what you raising. First of all, I know people ain't gonna want to hear this shit, but oh, you look like you a woman raising boys. A woman raising boys. There's a lot of strong women out there that's busting their ass for their sons. But
Mm.
yo, if you don't got that male influence, bro, to teach that motherfucker how to be a man, to teach that motherfucker how to, if you talk shit to the right man, you getting put in your place.
I,
Respect. Bro, listen, it's fucking important. And I didn't even notice it until I got to my age now, where I got my kids and I understand the beneficialness of having daddy around. It's fucking severely important.
oh yeah,
But
as long as it's positive, you
I
know.
mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, of course, as long as it ain't crazy, you know what I'm saying? Of course.
And the thing is, like like I've seen court cases of sometimes it's the dad what like wilding out, and then so the mom has to bring him for like child support or something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
then you see those other ones where it's the mom wilding out and doing
Oh yeah.
stuff, and she ain't even like it's not even like she's on in some cases they're not on drugs, they're not doing anything crazy, they're just asking for more money or more whatever just because they're the mother.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Nothing.
bro. Listen, that's a whole fucking episode. I'll tell you that part right there is a whole episode. But nice segue
Go ahead.
into
Yep.
what we're. This is our last topic, and we're not going to stay on it too long because this is going to be an easy topic. It's a shitty topic to have to talk about, but I want to talk about it for a couple of different reasons, not just for the obvious reasons of how effed up it is.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, this show is kind of hard, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around. You guys have actually been, tuning in. I have been getting a lot more active on Facebook and my social media. I'm trying to like really stay consistently posting. I want to have shit going all day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this story right here, I don't know everything about it as far as just all the super details, so y'all can correct whatever you want to correct. But first off,
Mm.
bro, this fucking lady look crazy as hell, yo. Every,
Yeah,
every
no.
time I see the pictures, I'm like, who is this fucking demonic, stare? Like, this is dead.
She
She
gonna get
looks,
a documentary made about her in watch a few
yeah,
months. Watch
on
it.
Netflix. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they can't wait. Now listen, like I said before, I want to point out this. My wife has been pregnant 3 times. This is number 4 that I've seen her. Okay, pregnant. Okay, with my kid or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. We have 5 kids. I have 5 children. One's not here yet, but he's on the way. Um, I've seen the different stages. I think there's like a stage going on right now, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand women, y'all go through a whole bunch of changes. Not even when you're just having a baby, y'all go through shit regularly,
Yep.
hormones and imbalances and periods, and
Periods and
you guys have
yep.
so much shit going on to your body. You deserve a round of applause just for a living. And I get it and I respect it.
Same.
But be honest, bro. Listen, in this situation, this is a mom who everybody, from what I'm hearing in the reports and stuff like that, she was going through something. And you saw there was videos of her taking the kids out to the museum and holding the baby and this and that. And we're talking about little fucking kids, bro. We're not talking about like 13, 14. We're talking about 10. We're not talking about 8. This
Yep.
is young babies, man. Babies. There's a lot that goes into raising children. There's a lot, not only just the mental stuff, not only just like, the having more to do, but people don't really understand. Even now, when you're sitting around and you just want to do something simple, you want to just watch a television show real quick, but you can't. You know why? Because they just learned to walk, and everything they do is dangerous. Everything they do gets into something. Everything they do, we can't sit down for 5 seconds. Don't do that. Did he put something in my mouth? Oh, no. That's all you hear in my house. Where he was right now before, he's upstairs we made a whole room just for him. And the kids go in there, they sitting there, they play on their phones, and he's just able to
Yeah.
run around and bang on shit and do whatever because you need the break. It's hard. It's not easy. And then when they go to bed, you're trying to go to bed. You had a long day. You went to work. You did this. You did that. This shit is not fucking easy.
My sisters, all three of my sisters have kids, right?
Yeah.
And my sister, two of my sisters, one of my sisters has a preteen and a teenager.
Okay.
Right? The other two have kids around the same age, 4 and 5, right? And my little nephew, shout out to Scoop, right? 4 years old, got enough energy to power an entire city. He's going from one place to another. Hey, Uncle Kyle, I want to play dinosaurs. Hey, Uncle Kyle, I want you to read this book. Hey, Uncle Kyle, and I'm like respect to all parents, respect to moms, respect to dads, respect to alternative couples. I am so glad I'm not a parent.
Yeah.
But I will say this: seeing them grow, seeing them grow up, because I have the pleasure of having like god kids and stuff like that. Seeing them grow up and noticing the patterns and changes and stuff like that. I admit that is a pleasure. That is a pleasure for me. But I say much respect and love to the parents who have to do it, because I'm pretty sure as a kid I had a lot of energy, but I was the type of kid. But I was the type of kid who mostly just wanted to chill, play video games, and watch cartoons. You know what I'm saying? My parents had
wild one.
My parents had to force me to go outside. My parents had to force me to go outside. I was always the introverted kid. Yes, I ran around and did all that other stuff. I'm sure I did. You know what I'm saying? But my family says Kyle was easy when he was little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah. They got lucky right there.
It ain't always the same.
Nope.
It ain't always the same. So looking at my little nephew, I heard somebody say, like, my mom, like, I think it was my sister or my mother said, "This is penance for you as a kid." It's like, because he's got all this energy. He's a great kid. He was a great kid. But and a lot of times what they say for boys versus girls, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to let the little boy run around. The little girl, some of the time, can't speak for everything, but they will sit in one place for a couple of minutes and let you do your thing. But if you got multiple kids hitting like around,
they feed off each other, bro.
Yeah. They feed off each other. That energy,
energy source. Yep.
That energy source. Like I was with my nieces and nephews not too long ago. I'm seeing them all running around, and they love each other. Sometimes they'll fight over stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, let's play with this toy, and I'm having flashbacks about myself.
Yeah.
Once again,
that's another thing that gets you.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I was.
You
oh my
see
God,
that? You remember.
That me?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you see certain things and it reminds you of certain times, and it happens all the time. But listen, with this, we're talking about awesome things with kids, and I said all that because I need to make people understand. Like, I completely understand what it means to be a parent. I understand the hardships. I understand everything. Now, I say all that to say this: this woman, at the end of the day,
snapped
off her fucking children. Okay. That's the best way it's the most polite way to say it. She set something up from what I heard in the reports. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if there's shit coming out now, but she set something up where she was like, "Hey, listen, I need you to go here and go get this or whatever, blah, 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 this and that." I don't know if it was coerced. I don't know if it was extra, but she did this, sent the daddy away, and then went in the basement with the kids and took them out. And that's one crazy part of this crazy story. The other crazy part are people trying to fucking justify it.
I've seen that too.
Trying to justify. People trying to say, you have to understand. I just told y'all. I know it's hard being a parent. I see what women have to go. I understand postpartum. You got this. I haven't experienced it as far as physically, but as far as being around it and seeing it and stuff, I get it. But let me tell you something, and I need everybody to hear this shit. I don't give a fuck about anything. If you have the ability to hurt,
Mm-hmm.
kill,
Yep.
endanger innocent fucking beings, I don't care if it's puppies, I don't care turtles, I don't care what it is. If you have that ability
Mm-hmm.
at any point in your existence, you need to be locked the fuck up
Yep.
and throw away the key. I don't
Yep.
give a fuck. There's
Simple.
no rationalizing it. There's
Nope.
not even if it is without a doubt, hands down. You are physically, they opened your ass up like fucking the game of Operation and found out, hey, listen, she really does have this.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Okay. Yeah.
put her ass with the other ones because she ain't hurting no innocent beings.
Let me. Oh man.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Soon as I heard this story, because this is not the first time I ever heard of a mom who did that to their
Oh,
kids.
yeah. Yeah, no,
This is
there's unfortunately, there's plenty.
plenty. First one that came to mind was, now I don't know if this person is a religious person or anything like that, but the
Mhm.
first that came to mind was the woman from I don't know how long ago this was, but she basically drowned her kids. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
man. Yeah, there's so many of
She
these reports. Yeah, it's not even
and
funny.
and her excuse was God told her that they
Hmm.
were going to be unholy or blah blah blah. They were 4, 5, 8 or something years old. They were in single digits,
Yeah.
right? And she's like, I had to do it for their own good. I had to save their souls. This lady went off her rocker,
That shit crazy, bro.
completely off her rocker. Now we have just talked about mental states when it
Hmm.
comes to mothers and what they have to go through just having kids.
Yeah.
Even before the kids are even born, there is so much going. There's so much going on, right? Which I feel like we got to pay more attention to. We really have to give them more and more respect because without them, we would not exist.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Of
what I'm
course.
saying?
Yeah.
So, but what she did, yes, I can empathize with her having mental instabilities. Okay, sure, I can see that. But you cost your kids their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Goodbye.
saying? You
I don't give
cost
a
their
fuck.
kids their lives. Their kids aren't. They're no longer here. Whatever her excuse was, I
I don't
don't
give a damn.
I don't care. I will say yes. You have mental instabilities. Fine. I hope that if you get just get life in like life in prison and they hook you up with say like a psychologist or something, hopefully you can figure something out, but you ain't getting out.
Nah, bro, listen.
Absolutely not.
I
Mm-mm.
I I don't want to sound heartless and shit, but it's just like it just comes to a point with me, bro, where I know that certain things exist. I know that certain stuff exists. I know that stuff is this and that stuff is that, but it's just it sucks, man. It's just certain things like you really have to sit back and just ask yourself certain questions. And that's I think
Mm-hmm.
what I be doing. And my certain questions is this. If I'm sharing this world with you, and I said world, I don't give a fuck if I'm in China and your ass is in Antarctica. Like I don't give a fuck
Mm-hmm.
how close or far we are. If I'm sharing this world with you, and I know, and we know, and everybody knows, you're capable of such heinousness,
Mm-hmm.
such chaos
Mm-hmm.
for whatever purpose, yo, for what, like you said, any kind of situation where you this, you that, and I know you exist. In my head, I'm just like, why should I have to deal with somebody who is capable of such horribleness? Like, why
Yeah.
should I have to? Why do I have to exist knowing that my children are potential risks for somebody or a potential um uh victim
Yep.
to somebody who can hurt if something gets so bad for you in another situation. Now that you've experienced another thing, experience is a
Yep.
giant thing. Some people may have these intrusive thoughts. Some people may have these bad things. Some people may go as far as to throwing their kids, shut up. You see videos, there's stuff with
Yep.
women having mental breakdowns. And notice I'm always saying women, like we said, it's because you guys go through a lot. Your body's changing, hormones and different fluctuations and breastfeeding and
Stuff that we will probably never
never
understand.
fucking know about.
It
Men don't have the same kind. I mean, men got our own crazy shit too, but we don't got that same kind that you guys have, especially when it comes to making a whole human being inside of your fucking body. It's
for real.
yeah, it's crazy. But at the same time, I'm saying that because there's always going to be something that you can use in that kind of circumstance. There's whether this guy parked too close to you. You got out the car with a knife, bam, 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 took his ass out. And then everybody's online like, well, you gotta understand, she was late and she thought that she. Look, I don't have to understand a damn thing. I'm trying to be understanding because I understand what's going on. But you're not going to easily just dismiss the fact because of the challenges that you face in your gender that I have to just be associated with somebody who can do something so fucking heinous, bro.
No.
That's the question that I always ask myself. Like, why do I have to be a part of what you are involved in just by existing?
One thing
And
one thing that's very interesting to me is how selective people can be.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like how selective people can be. It's just like okay. It's just like okay. If someone abuses somebody and then they apologize for their abuse, right? They apologize. They say we're I'm not going to do that anymore, or when whatever. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't suffer any kind of consequence.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? Now, in this is the ultimate crime.
mm-hmm,
You
for real.
you took the lives of innocent children, the innocent children that you were raising. You know what I'm saying? And just because they're yours doesn't mean you can do anything you want with them. You know what I'm
Cal,
saying?
Cal,
So,
real quick, let me jump in what you're saying
uh,
right now. Just this part right here. It's crazy, bro. Like you have and you have nieces and stuff. Like you said, like you were a kid at one time. Like, bro, it's crazy when I look at my kids and stuff like that, and I just think about you just don't understand how
mhm.
much children look at their parents like you are the Lord to them, bro.
You can't
You
do anything
I,
wrong.
I
Like,
I mean, my son, my little 1-year-old baby, bro. I was in there earlier. I was making a video, and I had to do be
mhm.
loud, be the Brian B presence and stuff, and I was doing it, and I was scaring him a little bit. And
Oh,
even though I was scaring him because I was being a little louder, he would
yeah.
run over to me, and he does this whenever he gets like nervous. He runs over to me and he grabs my pants with both hands, and he puts his face towards me and he looks up at me. And that's when I know, and even the kids and stuff know, they know that he's a little frightened. I was the one doing it, but he still came to me because he knows instinctively. He's known me for a fucking year.
Hmm.
Instinctively, he knows, oh, that's daddy. Daddy's safe. Daddy's protected. He can't even talk, but just instinctively,
Hmm.
he knows that I'm the protector for him. He knows that I'm the source of love and caring and compassion for him. And as a parent, for
Hmm.
you to be able to while if you think about it too hard with an active imagination like we both have,
Hmm.
you can go insane to put yourself in the shoes of what a child must go through when the biggest source of protection, especially at a young age,
Yep.
is going through when they're sitting there like, what's happened? Like, think of the craziest shit you can think about. How long you're standing there staring like, what the fuck is going on right now? And that's with your like mental all built up at 40 years. But to be somebody so young and innocent, to see your protector and provider put you in a situation like, whoa, it probably isn't even real. They're probably like, oh, mommy's not hurting us. There's no way this could be happening. Bro, there's
And
no fucking way.
it's
There's no way.
Oh.
There's no way.
Hey, tell me when you watch Lanterns. That's all I'm gonna tell me. No. I know it sounds weird for me to mention that right now, especially after that speech, and I respect it. But at the same time, tell me when you watch Lanterns and think about it from that point of view.
Damn, I've watched it already, so I'm trying to think about it.
That first 4 minutes.
The first 4 minutes. Oh, yeah. That's right. That
first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Talking about a protector.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm not saying you would ever do this.
Yeah.
But who in their right mind, I don't care what their position in life is, who would think that was a good idea?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's just you can't. How the hell can you be a trustworthy civil? It's just some shit you can't come back from, and this is like without a doubt, like like you said, like the worst crime. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a horrible factor, and like I said, like we said, like it's so much more of a conversation because this is not the first. This woman is not the first, unfortunately, to ever do this.
Unfortunately, this has been happening for. This has been happening for years, at least that we know. At least that we know of, and a lot of it has to, you never know what will set anybody off. You know what I'm saying? But the kids shouldn't have to pay for it.
Exactly.
The kids should not have to pay for whatever the heck is going on in their mom's head. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And also like you said before, just the acceptance, bro. I'm tired of people always making an excuse for people's shit, yo. And that's really what it's fallen down to for me as well. Like, it's people literally constantly. At the end of the day, you can make a argument for damn near anything. You can make there's a lot in this world you can make, and I'm not saying that any of it is right, but I'm just saying. If there's an argument, if you're a good enough person to put some fucking thoughts and concepts together, you can put an argument together for damn near anything. And it can sound as reasonable as it may be. But at the same time, your associative brain has to come out and say, listen, I don't think that the association that you're trying to represent is part of this motherfucker, Mr. Johnson. So, guilty. And I don't want to hear shit because you're full of it. Listen, some shit's got to be unacceptable.
And she might get if she gets an insanity plea out of this, I'd be like,
get
you know what?
Out of here, bro.
Here's the thing. She is insane. By all accounts, she is insane. But that doesn't mean that she should be out in normal population. Is all I'm,
I don't think you should even get the. Listen, bro. I don't know. I can't say that shit, Kyle. I can't say it, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. From some of the stuff that I've heard, I don't know if you can have a breakdown. I don't know certain things that there's switches that get flipped on certain people that other people don't entertain. Now, but there's also switches that get flipped on certain people that you may not be entertained until the one day when the person breaks in your fucking house and is an endangerment to your family. And then all of a sudden, this flip got switched and now you're fucking Rambo or you're somebody that you never even imagined you could possibly be. So there's different switches that exist in all of us. Is it the fact that we're all insane and it's just people know how to compose themselves in different manners and other people just don't know how to? There's definitely people with different mental capacities and abilities and situations. But yeah, bro, I mean, there's always a science. There's always some factors, but it's terrifying to know that there are people who can hear, hey, this woman took out her children, but I understand. Get the fuck out of here.
No,
I ain't hearing it. Not hearing it.
They're the kids. It's not like
I ain't hearing it.
They're the kids. What have they done? These kids, like they're innocent and like what? They're like look at these
kids. Look at them little babies, man.
They're like what 5, 6 years old, and the other ones like
nobody.
Like 2, 3. What the heck are they doing? Well,
all right, we go. Yeah, it's horrible, y'all. But yeah, Kyle, I wanted to come on. You know, those are three stories that I saw recently. I figured a Beeline News would be something good.
Mm.
Um, you know, considering. But listen, guys, thank you so much, Kyle. Of course, thank you for joining us tonight, man. We definitely ran almost 2 hours, man. We usually be talking. We had a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna clip this up. We're gonna definitely post and get everything set. Like I said, man, yo, we got a great week for you coming up. Of course, tomorrow night we back at it with Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. And of course, you know, we're gonna be talking about stuff going on in wrestling right now with the STR Nation. But I'm really looking forward. Listen, I ain't trying to blaze past the wrestling show, but listen, man, Thursday night, me and Kyle, we're gonna be doing the Challenge Tower. This is when it's gonna be for the greatest cartoon ever, man. If
This
you
is
saw the
gonna be
post
a
earlier,
this is gonna be a very interesting
yeah,
list because we
yeah,
millennials, okay,
yes.
and
What?
we nostalgic about our cartoon. Well, I know I am.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And
Hmm.
if you saw, I released five of the versus battles. You saw we had South Park versus Beavis and Butthead. We got listen, we
That's
gonna have
actually
some
you know
fun.
what, that's a good matchup. That's a good matchup.
I'm trying to make it like it's so it's even. I definitely got some help from ChatGPT and stuff like that, but I'm trying to sort it out. I had to do it a couple different times and to let them know like, hey, let's pick these matchups.
Hmm.
You know, so they're kind of like the right ones are versing the right ones. So
Hmm.
I think you had Pinky in the Brain versus Animaniacs. There's a
They came from the
couple in
same
there.
show.
Same show.
They
Yeah.
get, yeah, like they came from the same show. There would be no Piggy in the Brain without Animaniacs.
That's right.
You
But
know.
we not listen, Kyle. You ain't gonna start trying to make up reasons. See, this is the stuff that we'll be talking about. So it'll probably take honestly, like we won't get to the bottom of it. Probably for it might be the end of the month. Like we don't know because we're gonna. I don't know how we're gonna do it all the way, but we're gonna do a giant chunk of it on Monday, and you'll at least know what shows we think are better than others because it's still gonna be 50 battles. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
I already have people calling me. They're like, make sure he puts Tom and Jerry up there.
let's
Make sure
go.
he puts Popeye up there. Make sure he puts this up there,
Damn,
that up there.
Popeye.
They already
Woo.
no people like they talking like older cartoons like one of my cousins like make sure he puts Tom and Jerry up there. I'm like, of
I
course
love
you got
Tom and Jerry too.
Tom and Jerry as crazy as they are. Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But I hope that you guys join in the comments and if you have fun with it, listen, we're gonna have other ones. We'll have action movie, we'll have superhero movies, we'll have
Yep.
horror movies. I'm looking to do on Halloween, so that should be a lot of fun as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, Kyle, anything in closing, man?
And man, yeah, we got I know we got stuff coming up. I got I got stuff coming up for Abel and on the
Yeah.
brains coming and on the brains coming soon. There's gonna be a lot of you're gonna get sick of all of us because between me, you, and our friends, there's gonna be so much coming out.
There's a lot of
So,
comedy. Yeah, a lot of
mhm,
content. Yeah.
yep.
Hey, listen, guys. I also forgot to tell you guys too. Brian B, man, I might have another opportunity coming up here shortly. I recently just took on a project in Atlanta.
Yep.
It is a movie. And I'm very excited about it. This actually just came up last night, and
Nice.
I'm gonna let you guys know some more information on it soon. But I think it's September 4th through the
Mm.
6th that I'll be working with this movie, and then I might be doing some promotion for it and independent film. I've done one before in the early stages of the Beeline, and now we're about to have another one. So when I can get some more information and get permission to release more information, I'm definitely going to give you guys all of that, and we'll be
Oh,
promoting it on the show.
I think you know what I just thought of something.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of shorts where they're discussing like movies that you can find on Tubi,
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, they're like oh stuff you can find on Tubi with no context, none whatsoever. Some of the mainstream stuff and a lot of the and a lot of the like independent stuff like there's so many shark movies I didn't even think, but
Yeah, bro. There really is
there's so
Sharknado, shark versus octopus, and all that
shark,
shit.
yeah, so much zombie shark,
Yep.
all this stuff. I'm like some of this stuff, it's just wild to me. Snakes in the hood, like what?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. People have fun, man. It's and shout out to Tubi. I remember Faison Love, the actor and stuff like that. One thing he
Yep.
did say, like he made a good point. Like Tubi gives you the ability. A lot of these small time, producers and production companies that are trying to, get their videos and their crafts out there. Listen, man. I mean, Tubi also has a lot of good ass content, like a lot of nostalgic content, a lot of stuff from back in the day,
Oh yeah,
and also
they saving a lot of
a lot of shit.
stuff. A
Yeah,
lot of stuff. Warner Brothers takes it off of their platform. They put it on Tubi or they put it on
I'll
Amazon.
tell
But
you.
it's going to be some of the stuff that's on Tubi I have never seen on physical media before.
Mm.
So I was like, what is this doing here?
Believe it or not, Tubi also doesn't. I mean, even though they have commercials and stuff, the commercials ain't that bad, yo.
No, it's only a few seconds worth.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
only a
really
few
that
seconds worth.
bad.
It's not obsessive.
Yeah,
YouTube, it's not
you
obsessive.
YouTube be tripping, man. Now they don't even let you block some of them. They make you watch like 2 of them shits back to back before you can block. But we'll be back. We're gonna be talking about it. But Kyle, man,
definitely be talking about it.
go have a great rest of your night, man. I am going to go to take a shower and then go to bed because back to work tomorrow, and then of course back to the real work tomorrow, which is the B-Line. But stay true, stay positive, pay attention. That's the news. Me and Kyle, Eric. We'll see you guys tomorrow night and Thursday night, yo. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you head on over to the B-Line Entertainment LLC YouTube channel, where we have so much more for you. We have the B-Line Web Show on Tuesday nights, as well as Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk on Wednesdays, and of course, the B-Line Entertainment Show on Thursday night. Join us and make sure that you hit that like, hit that share, and of course, subscribe with that bell button for the notifications so you can make sure you're getting all the great content